What?
But,
So what? What
if
did
you
you
saw
see?
the comment,
Oh,
saw
the
the
Instagram comments? Ooh.
people crying.
Are they getting pretty heated?
Dan
Over
was
the age
beefing.
over the
Dan
age
was
of
beefing.
40 crying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Slow down. They were.
They very likely were.
But relax, okay?
Literally. But like,
So
I wouldn't usually give time to respond like that. Or it depending on what mood I'm in, because I would have just sent like the GIF I sent, and then that's it. Or I would have just given them a wine like.
is that the cry more one?
Yeah, I would have sent the cry
I
more.
hate that one.
Send
It's
the cry
so like an 8-year-old.
Yeah, it's like an 8-year-old.
Yeah, it's funny if it's not me. If you send it to me, you've done it a few times. I'm like, oh, fuck, I hate this. It's pissed me off so much.
And I think I don't even know if it's like an actual GIF my friend found online, or if he actually just made it himself.
Okay.
It's so funny. Oh my god. But yeah, these 50-year-olds beefing me, man, on Instagram.
So if we pull it up, I could probably bring it up.
You might be able to just screen share and.
I think I can. Yeah. Okay, let me pull it up right now and I'll screen. Here we go. Yeah, I got everything. Let's screen share. Show the world. You're a big man. Okay. So this is on the clip from episode 154 from last episode of Dan talking about, we were arguing about the album tier list, and Dan and Notion and I guess we were all arguing that Dan is saying Drake and Future are better MCs than Kendrick Lamar.
No, not
that
MC.
was not it. Oh, okay.
Better artists.
Artists. I'm sorry. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, so you and I. Okay, you said that, and I always like stand up for you. By the way, I just wanted to be clear. Like, obviously, I'm not going to shit on Dan because I feel like he's entitled to his opinion. So I'm never going to be like, even if I think he's wrong, I always stand up for you. I always make sure that I rap for the squad. You see it, okay? Even in the DMs. Because Cunts DM'd me about this one. Like multiple people. Like people are not having this take. Kendrick, I guess I didn't realize that Kendrick had this much of a passionate like bass, but here we are. So a friend Mike, who is me and Nosh have a chat with him where we always sharing different stuff like from Australia. He used to be in TMF, so he's a producer and a rapper, but I don't think he's doing much of either anymore. But he says you're batshit crazy, but I'm glad Notion C have you, which is good. So that was like with love, I felt like, and you gave him a nice response like. Hip hop has. This is the paragraph that you're talking about.
Yeah. Multiple paragraphs.
Yes, like. Hip hop has evolved from boom bap, and I understand a lot of people think that's how hip hop must sound, but unfortunately, that isn't the case anymore. Being an amazing technical rapper doesn't equal good sounding music anymore. And although Kendrick may be better technically than Future, not Drake. Interesting take. He doesn't make better music. So that was a good response. I like this. This is discourse, and I even feel like even though they like people come in strong pause like with their takes and they're mad about your takes, I think it's pretty like. I like it. It still always comes back to a level of like respect. There's like they're a little heated, but then they always like you'll come with respect pause, and then they'll be like, yeah, look, agree to disagree or whatever, and dap it up.
It's constructive and respectable. I enjoy that.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not even trolling when I say this stuff though. Like, and I think maybe
I don't think you are. Not this one. Sometimes
just say that, not this one.
Sometimes you be trolling.
Maybe they think I don't know music or something. But
I think that's exactly what they think.
Yeah. So I have to
because you're a baby.
Stand my ground, innit?
Yeah. Well, I respect it. This dude, Strictly Beers and Beats, who's an Aussie guy who lives in Vancouver. I forgot. I used to talk to him a lot more. I think his name's Tim. So he DM'd me about it too, separately, saying Future is trash. And he probably wouldn't be as open. I think he's like a real old school dude, post beer and post him like playing records and stuff, like super like hip hop type cat. So I don't think there's nothing you could say that would be cool. But then you said. So he said Future's trash, and you said, but he's not even like understands why people think he's good, and I do. Lyricism and technical ability, once again, don't equal good music. People need to let go of nostalgia and embrace. What did you keep calling them in the chat?
Oh, they're
nostalgia merchants.
They're nostalgia merchants.
Yo, honestly, I got to give it up to you for that one because I That was very funny. That was great. And you didn't even say that to them, I don't think. I think you just kept saying it to me and Nosh.
No,
Which
yeah,
is
I wasn't going to because I feel like they were just thought I was trolling. But no, I
yeah.
genuinely do think everyone who replied to me, yes, you're all nostalgia merchants.
I really enjoy that term. I really enjoy that term because it applies to lots of different things, like superheroes and comic books and that kind of shit.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything for not to just that, but like that's applicable.
I feel
to
like
a lot of
everyone
genres.
is on that right now, not even just rap, like the
Oh, I love
movies,
it.
like
See, even if
Yeah,
like
nothing's
football
original,
and
man. It
stuff,
sucks.
like
yeah,
even if football, people don't like the way new football is and how new football players play. You
right.
see in the NBA as well, people are like, "Oh, we need another MJ," or "What's gonna happen when LeBron leaves?" Someone else will come, man. Come on,
Yeah.
nostalgia.
It's
Man.
kind of the way it's always been. I imagine this is the process that's repeating itself. That the last, like, if the same things existed, like the generation before us would have been complaining about the rap or the basketball or the soccer or whatever it is before them. So it's like, there's always something that people aren't going to be happy with, and they long for they romanticize a time that they think is better than what it is now, but that's not necessarily the case,
Heavy.
which is interesting. And you said, people need to let go of nostalgia and embrace or at least understand how these newer artists can be seen as good hip-hop artists, even if their technical rapping ability isn't amazing, which is a fair thing. And even, I don't know if you want me to read. Do you want me to read all these out? Or
It's up to you. It's up to you.
I don't mind. Okay.
You can. Go on.
So you responded like respectfully to everybody, which I thought, because I think you didn't see him at first. I texted him like, "Oh, cunts are going in on Dan on the thing." You're like, "All right, let me take a look," and then you went and like spent some time. So Mike Tooney Beats was just saying, Kendrick is better though, better art, and I think it's like I'm kind of in the middle with that, but I think it's like hard.
He is artsy.
Well, I really liked Future's last album, and I didn't really like Kendrick's last album, so say that. Like, that doesn't make sense for me to even say that based on my history, but here we are. So I get it. Kendrick is obviously, it's whatever, man. We've had this conversation so many times. It's like, it's not even a comparison. Future's a vibes kind of dude, and he's not trying to do what Kendrick is doing, and Kendrick is not trying to do what Future's doing. So even comparing them is ridiculous. You can compare Kendrick and Drake, however. I think that's fair.
It's closer for sure.
Much closer. So then, Strictly Beats and Beers and Beats. Once again, I think it's Tim. Apologies if he does. I don't think he listens anyway, but if he does, apologies, brother. It's been a minute. But he says, that has nothing to do with nostalgia. I listen to a ton of new hip-hop, and it comes down to what sounds good to me. I don't like his beats and can't stand auto-tune, so I can't even get through any of his music. Plus, I can't relate to music about drinking lean, popping pills, which Future does not even do. So even less I can relate to the music, which is actually a fair response. And that was not trolly, and it was kind of like, he came back to you with the same energy that you gave him, which I liked. I was like, this is good engagement.
His first response was kind of
was poking the bear.
I could have gone two ways with that, So
you could have, and you chose the high road, and I appreciate you for that. Because you know what, you could have gone and argued in the comments and stuff, but I think this is better. This is more valuable discourse than all this. And then you came back to him again and say, that's completely fair. I guess it's down to preference at the end of the day. I think his beats are fire, Futures, and I have no issue with auto-tune rap. I also don't think relating to music makes it better, but if you do, then that's fair, just your preference. And that's a kind of what we've been talking about a little bit here with regard to, like, not the relatability, but the fact that, like, did we talk about this on the pod about, like, the reason, or was it... Or was it off air?
I believe we did.
We did?
I think it was on there.
Either way, people don't like the shit about, like, it's changed so much since people came in and what it actually is. Like, it's unrecognizable, whereas, like, I think we did last week, and then rock and everything has changed, but it's not unrecognizable, whereas rap really is. And both the people, the artists, the sounds, the topics, the visuals, all the things around the culture, like, they weren't fucking... That's what we were chatting on text about it, because you thought, Dan, that because you were like, why, they've been talking about drugs, but me and Nosh were like, yeah, but the only drugs they did were typically weed and sometimes like angel dust or something. They weren't popping pills. That started in the 2000s. Like, no one was talking about that when Ja Rule started talking about doing X in 2000 and whatever 5
R&B rap pop songs.
It was very actually, it would have been earlier than that. Probably like 01, 02, because he's the Veni Vecci. Yeah, that the first album was like 98, I think. I was in year 12 when that came out, or something like that. So I think he would have been like very early 2000s where he did the second album that had the ecstasy songs and shit, and that was unheard of. And then the South probably been talking about it from time, but I don't know if they were talking about in the 80s, maybe in the 90s, I don't know. But that didn't get, I didn't listen to that. And I don't think if you're into East Coast rap or West Coast, you probably, back then, you could have gone either way. You either liked it. I liked very few artists like Outkast and stuff, but I didn't really fuck with anybody else because they weren't lyrical, and I like lyrical rap, and everyone there is more about vibes, and it didn't work for me. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. And then, so this is the homie Keynote. We've talked about, this was the longer one. This is homies from Time, and Keynote is a big deal in Dallas. He's hosting one of the major morning radio shows for years and years, and he got fucked over by them, I think. But he these boys are like been out here in the culture. They know fucking everybody. Like going around
OG,
South
right?
by with them, it was crazy. Yes, OG. So he said this one kind of got a bit funnier. He was like, Drake make music for thoughts, soccer moms, and for people who like sing-alongs. It's fluff. Taylor Swift of rap. #pop music. Future makes music for people with extra chromosomes. So that was funny. Now he's saying that from a dude who, I don't know if he lived in Atlanta or spent time, because when we toured with him, one of our favorite things was when he was like mimicking Atlanta people in the way that they were talking and shit. And he said Bodega Brothers make very like straight up and down like late 90s, early 2000s style boom bap music that are mostly pretty bar heavy. But I also feel like they got bars and they got like multis and stuff. But they're not. That's nothing like. It's sort of like our stuff. Like it's like understandable. It's not like you need to like, oh, don't talk to me. I need to listen. Like it's something ultra technical, right? It's like rappity rap lyrical stuff, but it's not like crazy technical. So I don't think it's too crazy. But he said the dudes in Atlanta were like, hey man, you guys use too many words, man. Like chill that out. So it's like a cultural thing that we could never understand. So like maybe in Atlanta, Future is lyrical.
Could be.
You know what I'm saying? Based on that.
Simple thing.
So Dan responded to Kino saying, if you genuinely think that, then I'm afraid you don't listen to Drake. Probably just listen to One Dance or In My Feelings, and assume that's what his catalog is like. And Dan listed a bunch of tracks: Survival, Middle of the Ocean, Evil Way, Stories About My Brother. Just to name a few. If you listen to these songs and genuinely hold that same opinion, there's no saving you. So that was a little smart ass, and that was a fair response.
Yeah.
Because Kino was obviously trolling, and then it kept going more respectful.
The mic drop gifs are hilarious.
With the Barack, yeah.
There's been 2 so far.
It was very it was a nice little touch, in there. Dan also said, also hip hop artists can still be good without being amazing lyricists. Future's a great artist that makes great music without the need of incredible technical rap ability or lyricism. Thinking hip hop artists need to sound like old school artists just means you're holding on to nostalgia and prevents you from at least appreciating why an artist like him can be considered good. So a fair, thoughtful response. I like it. Keynote said he did 2 big ones back to you, Pause, and which was also fair. This is when I wasn't sure which way he was going to go because of the way he kicked it off. So, but it kept all the same thing. He said, nah, they just need to be able to rap if they're considered rappers. Otherwise, it's something else. Can't call a guy a great guitarist if he can't play the guitar. I think that has some merit. No one's really said that because I feel like everyone calls themselves a rapper, and it doesn't seem to be some sort of a bar of any sort of skill minimum that somebody should have that I can think of. So I thought that was an interesting response. He also said, and keep in mind, he worked the radio, like mainstream radio, like big thing, one of those promo with all the little like sound effects and all that shit, like big stuff. He was like, I helped break, he said him, but Drake, as an artist. One of the first shows in the US to have his first single, which would have been Best I Ever Had, in heavy rotation. So yeah, man, I'm familiar. I know he can rap. He did joints with close friends of mine before he got on. But he seems, because I guess Drake spends a lot of time in Houston and they were in Dallas, so close by. But he seems to have lost the MC in him, except for Scary Hours, I would say. Dumbing down his shit big time, which is a fact. I get it. He wants to make huge amounts of money, so he makes simple, catchy tunes. Catchy doesn't mean good. Popular don't mean good. Hell, Hitler was popular. Interesting pushback. I like it. And then Dan's like, I get that completely. I'm not trying to say he's a good rapper. This is about Future. Just a good artist who can make good hip-hop music. And then the response to the second one, well, that's a fair point. I don't know if it's not hip-hop, because I feel like the umbrella is...
hip-hop. He's like pop rap at best.
Okay, I think that's a fair.
I,
Is it
I
all
was
pop rap
using
though?
I was using hip hop in a more generic term because you can
Yeah,
get really granular where it's like obviously he does fit within that umbrella, but yeah, he doesn't make conventional hip hop music. You're right. So I
Yeah,
was using it more as a generic way as opposed to
maybe
being
that's
more
what
like
ticked him off because he's like, that,
yeah.
yeah, maybe.
yeah. I mean, that's a fair point. It's like that's that's the nuance of the discussion that allows us to come to a consensus. I think the easiest way to come to an answer is to separate it because you're like, well, Future's music is not like
Same.
this other music, so they technically should be different because the parts that most people would find good don't exist in both. So
Mm,
then it's only right. It's kind of unfair to the music if you're trying to batch it in with everything else that's
Right on.
somewhat similar. I don't know.
mm.
Then Dan responded saying, "Well, I stand corrected with regard to Drake. That's so sick. I honestly think he just picks and chooses whenever he wants to be that rapidy rap guy. Excuse me, versus a guy who just wants to release different kinds of hip hop music. I wouldn't even necessarily say dumbing it down. There's probably arguments that he has at times, and
Yeah,
dumbing down means that he has the ability to not be like that because that's very clear that he has an A1 elite pen. So no, I don't
mm.
think anyone questioning that is a fucking idiot. Like you absolutely can't question it. You say I wouldn't even necessarily say dumbing down. I reckon the lyrical aspect just isn't a focus. Sometimes it is, sometimes not. I do agree catchy / popular doesn't always mean good, but I would always value music that is just better sounding versus music which has better lyrics / music that showcases better rapping ability. That's why I would prefer artists like Drake or Future versus artists like Kendrick or even Eminem, even though they are both technically better rappers. And then you guys are dapping each other up after that, which was nice.
Big circle jerk of love.
And go
Yeah.
follow us at The Moving Fam on Instagram.
There you go. Yeah,
Do
go
it.
check that out.
Please do
You
it.
know the vibe.
Thank you.
Check that out.
So that was pretty funny.
It's a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. I like the respect that was coming through there, like I was saying. That was so guys, you gotta be following us on there because we choose clips that hopefully we'll get a discussion like this because it could go either way, but then, Dan took the high road here and had kind of some like nice combos that were chill in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And I think you are right. I think basically everyone is over 40. And I don't know. I'm not. I understand. It's hard, bro. We talked about like fucking 2015. I was aggressively posting on
Yeah,
social
very
about how
true.
much I hated all that stuff, and it took a little bit. Me and Dosh did. You know what it was? Our friend Jacob, Shasta J Billis. He sent me a beat, and he was like, "Yo, you want to rap over this?" He's boy was a producer, and I think he might have done a bit of production. And we were like, "I was like, why are you sending me like this?" Like this is this is not what I do. He's like, yeah, I just thought you might want to do something different. And he is maybe he's not your he's older than you. He's probably like early 30s. Must be. And like 30-ish, 31 something. So he is kind of, to me, he was a kid. I knew him since he was like 10, 11. So like he was listening to my shit when he was a child. Like I bought him like Kanye and his cousins and stuff. Like I lived with him in Toronto, and like with I bought them like the clean version of Ludacris album and Kanye's album and shit like that for their birthday presents and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that they came up. They were like they're probably actually a few years older than you. Yeah, they're probably like 90s. So that would mid 90s. So that would make sense that they would have been around 10ish when Kanye came out for the first time type shit. So they were listening to that. So they're not and we were listening to all of that music at that time, which is what we were saying. We weren't always the old guys. But then as soon as things changed in probably more the 2010s, that's when it felt different. And then it's harder to adjust to. But anyways,
That's fair.
we digress. So
Good times.
it's a great fucking time. Dan, this is episode 155. Bad Habits. In the building. Boys, Dan has a question for all of us.
Oh, am I asking the question? Okay, I'll ask the question.
Okay, I will ask the question. Let me ask the fucking question. You don't
Okay,
deserve
fine.
it. All right. What are some of the best intro songs of all time? So, like, either an intro or, like, the first song on an album.
Yeah.
Do you guys have... I noted down about 6 or 7 that I thought were slappity slappers.
I've got 3 off the top of my head.
Okay.
Dark Fantasy.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that.
Fantasy.
Yes.
Great. With Nikki is so sick.
Fuck.
So
Brilliant.
sick. And it's like almost like her just reading a storybook, and then the beat starts to drop, and then it's just
that RZA shit. That Dissect podcast went into that where she took that rap from and everything. Like,
yeah,
I forgot what it was already, but it's basically, I think it was some sort of like a children's story. You know how we always reference the Headless Horseman from that. What was that called? There's multiple references to it. The something Sleepy Hollow or whatever.
Oh,
because he mentions it. And Pusha mentions it. So, because it was this like kid's story and it was like a Disney movie that we watched as kids or whatever. So, it might either be from that or something along the lines.
Yeah, Headless Horseman.
Yeah, I thought it was like The Legend of Sleepy Hollow or something. Anyway.
He said he speaks about waking up to Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah. So much head, I woke up in Sleepy Hollow. It's because the Headless Horseman got no head.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe he got so much head he lost his head.
The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, which features the Headless Horseman. There you go.
There you go. Great choice. Fucking great choice. What else you got?
Dreams and Nightmares intro, Meek Mill. See,
that comes up all the time, and it's
I have to hear it.
Yeah, I never liked Meek Mill like that.
I don't really fuck with Meek Mill, but that is one song which I can say is like undeniably top 5 of all time, especially intro specifically. That is like an all-time great kind of tune. That is just wow.
I got to go back. I feel like that would have been the one that was strangely enough, I probably heard it, but it was the first one that came to mind because I feel like it's the first one that the internet talks about.
Yes, 100%. But yeah, 100% that tune. And my other one is Drake's Survival.
What album is that from?
Off Scorpion.
Okay. Scorpion's a good album.
Oh, it just reminded me. Yeah, Scorpion was actually pretty good. I don't remember Survival. I know.
There's a line about my Mount Rushmore is me with 4 different expressions.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking
good one.
Yeah. I feel like Drake
soul beats with the minimal drums.
Yeah.
I love those.
I feel like Drake's got to be one of the goats of intros. Like, I feel like he's got some of the best intros and when they're made to be an intro, like there's like no hook.
His intros sound like intros.
Yeah,
they really sound like intros.
That's such a dope skill.
Says, like, you want a classic album? It's just 10 of these.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That shit gives me absolutely goosies. That's on the previous album, but like that's what he does. They're on every album. The ones with the minimal drums, the soul beat loops. That's disgusting filth, puss.
It's so good.
Love that.
I'm just looking at the lyrics now. It's just so good.
Yeah, this is people who are not saying that Drake can't rap. I'm not paying attention to that.
Mad buzz.
Yeah,
he just does lots of other shit. He just whatever. We just love him for the things that he's exceptional at. I'm sorry, we just like what he's really, 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 really good at, not what he's like really mediocre at.
Well, you could argue that he is good at that, but that thing doesn't appeal to us. I don't think that One Dance isn't a good song. I just fucking hate it. It's not.
Yeah, and it was created for a reason. He's not, he made Tootsie Slide for fucking TikTokers, like he didn't.
Yeah.
He's got a rhyme and a reason. He's a fucking crazy cunt like that. Method to the madness kind of guy.
Yeah.
And that's why we rate him. But at the same time, we know he can rap. He just doesn't do it all the fucking time. We're just like, but when, Lord, when?
Yeah.
I'm literally reading.
When is he going to do it again? We're just waiting.
I'm reading these lyrics, and it's just so good.
It's just beautiful.
It says,
please read into it, actually, Daniel.
Give us some quotables.
Please read it.
Oh, yeah. He goes, house on both coasts, but I live on the charts. I have tea with the stars, and I swim with the sharks. And I see in the dark, wasn't this cold at the start. Think my soul has been marked. I think there's a hole in my heart. Just so good.
Gee, shit.
Like, he's incredible.
And the delivery is fire.
Yeah. Makes it.
Good choice. Great choices of intros. That's all you got for these ones?
Mine for now. I'm going to get a few up on Reddit and see what they say.
Okay. While you're looking at that then, because I found some from that way and some off the dome, but Nosh, what do you got there, mate?
All right, sweet. So I had a bunch. Excuse me. So I had, I don't know if these are actual songs or the actual first song on the whatever. You'll figure it out. So I had Common B.
Oh my goodness.
Just so I'd, tell Daniel to, you know what I mean? Dark Fantasy Kanye also had that.
Yep.
Tuscan Leather, Drake.
Oh yeah. That's
Ooh,
his best one. I would think it'd be
Yeah.
pretty fair to say that of all the impeccable
disgusting.
Drake intros, Tuscan Leather, because of the 3 beat changes or 2 changes, so
Oh.
3 beats total, and the Whitney sample. The best part, it's the same sample, the
Yep.
same song, and they flipped it 3 ways. It's fucking
Unbelievable. 40's a disgusting
god
man.
tier, god tier.
Yeah, so that was
Truly.
a highlight for sure. I had Liquid Swords with Jizza.
Oh my
how
gosh.
could I forget
Because
that?
of the
Wow.
the cinematic. Like I gave a cinematic
Okay.
one, like a soulful one, whatever. So then the next one I got is Doggy Style, Snoop.
Yes, with the piss.
The house party kind of like in the bath and
I didn't even know that was an intro song.
it's
Technically, it's kind of not even a song. It sort of is, but it's like the talking and stuff.
Yeah, it kind of sets the scene for the house party vibes and and everything he has there. And then I have a bunch of just songs, with they're all sick to talk about.
Oh, it's called
anyways.
Bathtub. That's
Bathtub
actually, and then it
intro,
goes into G-Funk intro. So Bathtub is the one where he's pissing and the thing, the doorbell rings and that's the American dream.
I'm on Reddit, I'm on Reddit, and they said the piss sounds from Gin and Juice.
Yeah, I saw that.
So fun.
We used to, fun fact, me and Notion, when we were much too young, we would get the kettle and we get our little boombox with the tape recorder and we would say it and then pour the kettle into the toilet so we could try and recreate it.
And our buddy Lee would say it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love it. That's
good
a funny memory. So I also had Victory Lap by Nipsey.
Oh my goodness.
Heard of that?
Yes, cunt. Yeah, that's a fucking like a Rick Ross level luxury
Yeah,
rap
exactly.
intro.
And then I had Notables, which is I know it's very brief, but like the Jay-Z interlude off the Black album, like allow me to introduce myself.
Reintroduction.
So yeah, reintroduction. That's the one. Thank you.
Well, that's not an intro song. That's
I
an
know, but it's
interlude.
the best little intro to a song. It's a little bit before it starts. I don't know. I tried.
Oh,
The
you're
other one
thinking about
was-
that. Okay, I see.
That's why they're not. That's why they're notable. Also, I had The Message by Nas,
I had that too.
and also Two Dope Boys. Just because the beat's fire. There's nothing there, but it's just fire intro.
Love it.
Because as soon as it comes on, I'm like, oh shit, and then everything stops for a moment.
No, that's a good point. Did you say the Jay-Z intro from Dynasty?
Oh, I said that to you off camera.
Oh, okay. I thought you wrote it down. So yeah, that one is one of the most classic intros.
I
ever.
did have that down, but I took it away because I had so many other ones. I'm like, you know what? I'm
Gotcha.
gonna fuck with these.
Well, that's
So
good because then you caught a couple of mine too. So that one for sure. Now this is why I wasn't sure if this was cheaty or not. But Nas, New York State of Mind, technically is track 2.
It technically is the intro, though. Yeah,
But
it is the intro.
As soon as
first
that
song?
comes on,
It's the
thought
first song. It's the first song.
Yeah, because like
Mosh
the other
pit.
stuff is just talking. So it's like
Yeah.
that one is just classic. Tupac Ambitions as a writer from
that was
ICYMI.
I saw that too. That's so
Yep.
fucking
You could also argue Can't See Me off disc 2. I think that almost might even be actually it's not better, but fuck, that's incredible with the the George Clinton shit or whatever. It's
I
phenomenal.
have to hear that.
I wonder if I wrote like Tuscan Leather obviously. Is Hustlin' from Rick Ross the intro? I think it might
what
be.
Yeah, I'm hustling.
I don't
like
know. Yeah.
that, with
Oh
the
yeah,
dome,
it's
the
called
big
Hustling.
church bells
no,
and shit.
it's not the intro. It's not the intro.
It's not the intro. Oh, then never mind. That's that. Then
pretty
forget
good,
that. Then the other one that I thought of was the just off College Dropout, which is like it's just they have like an intro, which is called intro, but then goes into We Don't Care. You know what? In hindsight, I wrote that down, and I'm saying it now, and I'm like, it's not as good as the rest of these. I think that
I love We Don't Care though.
no, it's great, but it's definitely not as good as the rest. It's an interesting way to come into the album, and I guess he started off with the like comedy thing, I think with D-Ray and stuff or whatever, doing Cedric's voice and shit. So those are the ones that I came up with. Did I miss anything? Oh, I wrote down. I saw this on the internet. I didn't think of this, but Royce Tabernacle. And that's a fucking
cool.
joint.
Good one.
Yeah, Royce the goat.
Yeah, Royce is a fucking meh.
I have a few here from Reddit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice. What Up Gangster by 50 Cent on Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, okay.
Big one.
Great tune. Eminem Kill You from the Marshall Mathers LP.
That's a great.
Oh yeah,
That was the first song, eh?
very
That's the
unique.
first actual song. Straight Out of Compton, NWA. That was the actual.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's
I'm
got
trying to
to.
think if I have anything else. I think that is it. Oh, bring the ruckus, Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Ooh,
But
hard.
That is what Reddit
Hard.
was telling
Bring
me.
the ruckus.
But good shit.
Even Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with is equally.
But is
That's
that
great.
number? Is that the intro?
No,
guess
but
not.
it's just a good intro period to a song.
So that was two conversations. So it's the first song
Yeah, I
on the
guess it is
album, and
different.
then other ones that have. Because I did in my Googles, I did see.
I saw that a lot.
The-
That's why I
yeah.
had a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
you know what?
like
Would've been done.
two-part question.
Two-part
Sick.
question.
That was great. It's always fun to think about that shit. So you girthy bastards. Are you ready for a TMF classic project review?
Oh, am I what?
What we're doing here, we're moving on to the Canadian side. So last week we finished with the CM Becker stuff, and we did the final project of our Australian part of the journey. And this was the first, except for the Valentine's Day stuff, but I believe this would have been, this came out my birthday in 2012, April 10th.
Yeah.
And I believe this was my first solo shit I ever put out as far as this is concerned, as far as a project, but also I think it was the first actual release that we'd done in Canada, aside from singles, because you had So Cold, I had
Classic.
Pot of Gold,
Nice.
which I guess we're only really talking about like projects rather than songs on this. We could, but
Honestly, if there's a couple of singles, we can talk about one or two, because there are a couple that I'm really proud of that I wouldn't mind highlighting for a second.
okay. Are they in the Are they like in this chronological order? Okay.
I believe
so this is a short project, so
we'll
we can.
We'll see. This is
So when I went, the quick story, I guess, was so Beck and I were in a group, and the idea is we move to Canada and stay until we make it. I had no intention of going home, but I guess I don't know what she thought. So she decided to leave about a year in, and I was vexed because I was like, that wasn't the plan. But I think it worked out for the best, because if she didn't want to do it, then it's fine. And I don't know if we could have really got anywhere. I thought the music was great, but obviously it wasn't working. It's, for whatever reason, maybe it's not connecting, or it's a bit strange, like we were saying, like to be in like this group and no one had really dealt with that before and didn't know how to. Where do you put it? Do you put it on the rap station or the R&B? It's like it was too rap for R&B stuff, and it was too soft for the rap stuff. So it's kind of like couldn't win, I felt, anyway. So this one, I was like, I had been going through a phase of rediscovering different genres, I guess, or just discovering, maybe not rediscovering. And I played guitar since I was like 9, and I went and bought, on and off anyway, and I bought myself a guitar in like 2009, and like a secondhand acoustic guitar. Can you see in the background? Oh, it's just over there. No. And started listening to a whole bunch of like everything, you name it, like literally you name it, maybe except country, like basically everything. Fucking metal, indie rock, like all different genres, like maybe some. Did I listen to EDM? Probably not, but it was mostly like some sort of rock based stuff, things that would come under indie, and it was sick. Some of the funnest shit in my life, like discovering music. So what I decided to do was, I wanted to do a mixtape. I always want to do different stuff, as you're probably noticing, and I feel like maybe my urge to do different stuff didn't always sort of land or pay off. But I didn't want to just do the same shit as everyone else is doing. So I was like, who's going to even care? So what I thought about was like, well, why don't I find some songs that are going to be new to most of the audience that, what'd you say?
You're good.
Okay. That would are new to the audience that would probably have been listening to our shit, like rap folks mostly, or R&B folks. And then instead of chopping them up like we did for mixtapes, like you do it, or like a lot of the mixtapes, we would both, if they didn't have an instrumental, we'd take the original song and we'd chop it up, and we tried our best to make a version that we could rap.
Like a version, yeah.
For this, I was like, well, instead of doing that, why don't I pick songs that have gaps? And a lot of rock songs did have gaps, and then I just fill those gaps, with raps. So I was like, all right. Hence the indie experiment. It was experimenting to see if it worked, to see if I liked it, and that's really what it was. So what we decided to do, the cover art, this is where I made Tiff be on all the covers. So that was a mirror that was in our friend Skunder's backyard. Josh, my friend, designed the logo, and then I bought a $1.50 lipstick from the dollar store. And the idea was that, like, I came up with the idea for all these things and Josh just executed. So I was like, yeah, I want Tiff to be like writing the logo in the mirror. That was just taken at the front of their house on like Dundas and Dufferin, like just in the front in the summer sometime. And this mirror was just sitting in their backyard. So we were like, all right, cool. And Josh took all the photos and did all the designs and stuff. And that was kind of fun. And then on the back covers, which I don't know if I have access to all that here, but yeah, we sort of took them. Now it was like related to the front, like we'd take a picture without Tiff of like the mirror in the yard or something like that, and then we put all the songs there. So all the covers for the indie experiments are Tiff making my name logo out of something. So we see them as we go along. They're all 9 tracks. There were 3 projects that were released 2 months apart, and all 9 songs each. Sweet. So it was pretty sweet. I mean, without going deep into it all, like everybody uses. I thought I was genius, but the XX had this song that was just called Intro, and it's like 2 minutes of just like this wicked, you know, the one everyone's rapped over. I thought it was really. I hadn't heard anyone rapping over it when I did it, and then I feel like I did it, and I feel like I heard it a trillion times. So, either way, that was like a fun little intro. What I did was take the names of all the songs and put it into the verse from all. Was it from all of them or just from this one?
It was all of them.
I think it was, right? Yeah, I tried to put all the names of the songs into the verses and stuff, which I feel like it's indie experiment. I feel it was just really creative stuff that sometimes it was fun to do. Sometimes it might not be as listenable or whatever. I thought it mostly was, but it's not as like straight up and down as far as rap shit. Probably my favorite, the first song I did was this one called Yellow Brick Road from Angus and Julia Stone. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. And super personal about all the changes and moving and blah. I think I wrote it as soon as we got here, just before we left, something like that. First song I recorded for it, and we kind of put it out as a single first. And that one's good because it had like 3 minutes of just empty, where she like Julia Stone is like soloing over the end part, and I was just able to rap over that, which was great. I did a little joint. We actually did a music video for this one, Coming Home with City in Color, which is like the dude Dallas Green, who was from Alexis on Fire, so a Toronto guy. So it was cool to have that one, and we filmed the video for that. Shouts to Dave Dunville. That was just, I think it was just about like it felt like coming home here, some shit like that. Do you want me to know? You guys want to? Is this a good way to do this? Just quickly go through them all, and then you guys give your thoughts. Is this the easiest way, or do you want to do it as we go? Fine. Okay, I'll do it quick. Paul Dempsey was a dude that we met. There's so many stories with all of these, but Notion and I met him at CMJ in New York Festival, and Paul was a massive artist in Australia in a band called Something for Kate, and I just knew who he was because he was always on the radio, and he's like 6'5" or something, and we saw him, super tall. We saw him come out the elevator, we're like, yo, and he was just mad cool, and we went to his shows and bumped into him at this house and stuff, and love his stuff. So I just did a little thing about, at the time I was single, so it was like me trying to like just talk about the girl situation because I hadn't been single for long and it wasn't going so well. So like talk about that shit. Alexis on Fire, a song called Burial, which was just like a slower jam, and it was just like about the winter really and how much it sucks dick, or it's kind of cool, whatever. Jason Mraz was a dude I discovered years ago, and he makes kind of like poppy. Like at the time he was like mad underground. Right. So when I discovered him, he was like kind of a bit cooler, but kind of a little corny too, and I kind of like the corny shit. But then he did that song, what's it called? I'm Yours, and that blew the fuck up. Hence you saying that you know him. But when I saw him at a venue that the first time was like 900 people, Prince of Wales, like out there, and he had joints. So this was a cool joint I did for Nosh as like going through some shit. So just like a nice little like letter to Nosh, which was kind of cool, just fucking around with all these different
it's a nice like a motivational pep talk coming from
just
a place
being real, exactly, but positive, not negative or anything.
Of course.
The used to vacate. There's a bunch of like stories on this one, I guess, as we continue a lot of the stories, because these songs, like sometimes they were hard, like they're already about something and I didn't have anything to do with it. Like the Cold War Kids was the band, and the song called We Used to Vacation. I think it was just like being annoyed by your wife and kids or something, if I'm not mistaken. So whatever, it's a bit different, a bit harder to rap to. Another hard one to rap to is this band called British India, who I saw in Australia. They like garage rock or something, I think it's called. And they did this like real
That's
like
tight.
yeah, like not even 2 minutes, super slap called Safari. So I had to rap really fast, and it was hard, but it was like a fun one to
I love that song.
scream
It's
on.
very, very live. It's so much energy. It's such a. I'm glad that it's a short song because like it's a lot of work to like bop your head to it the whole 1 minute and 52 seconds. It's a whole thing. It doesn't
All
stop.
these
It's like as soon as you're in, you're fucking in. It's like doing a
just goes.
downhill section on a mountain bike. As soon as you're in, you have to
Stick it
fucking
out.
go until you have to thug it out until she's done. It's a
Yeah.
good ride. Just yeah.
Super short, fun. And then the last song, which is like a mild
Oof.
story that Notion and I were talking about. So we were at South by in 2011, and we were walking down 6th Street, and we heard this. I remember just hearing this music. We're like, what the? It was like rock music, but mad soulful. And we just went straight into this bar, and I'm pretty sure they were playing this song because you did mention that on text notes. I'm pretty sure they were. And we were just like mesmerized. This guy, they were from like Iowa. No, not Iowa.
Somewhere.
South Dakota.
Oh yeah. That rings a bell.
And
Nice
yeah, and it was just he's like, it's just like a pretty standard like rock song really, but his voice is
voice.
crazy.
Disgustingly good. It was such a gruff. He could sing his ass off, but it had such a growl and a gruff, roughness to it. It had like a gravelly.
Gravel is the word.
Crazy,
And
dude.
I never saw this before. It was they were giving away CDs even while they were performing. So we were like, yeah, I think we talked to him. I can't remember,
Yeah,
but we did. I remember taking the disc and we liked this song the most. Do you remember what we said to him? Probably not. Like, hey.
No, we just told them about our story and why we're actually here because they were like, "What the fuck, Australian? What are you doing here?" We're like, "Oh yeah,
Right.
come to South by. We live in Toronto. We're doing this." So, like, I remember we were just telling them the story at the bar, and we bought like I was drinking Red Bull and Jaeger all day and
Nice.
whatever
Dangerous.
because that was my South by drink. It just seemed to be, and yeah,
Fair
we did for like 5 minutes. We told him our story. And then they told us like where they're touring, and then it was pretty much it. I think it was very brief, but it was nice. They were super cool. They love the fact that we gave a fuck and we were jamming and we're hip hop cunts and stuff. Because like we didn't look like everybody else in the bar, so they were like, "Yeah, this is sick."
That is true. We were very.
And because we were like right near the stage, we were like 10, 12 feet away from it. We were like standing there looking at him. We were fucking right there.
Because it wasn't that busy. No, they didn't. They weren't like elevated.
It was one of those exactly. Yeah, it was one of those skinny kind of venues, so it wasn't really we weren't that far away from anything. So. We saw the whole show. They were fantastic.
They were super dope. So we just basically liked that song and chopped it up. And yeah, man,
Yeah.
that was. And I can't remember what it was about. Breaking through, succeeding in music, whatever. So it's like, I feel like it's a pretty cool start. When I listened back to this, I was like, man, this kind of goes. It's different though. It's just very different, and I could understand if people. Because some of the ones were hard to rap over, and you had to write differently. I had to listen to these songs so many times to be able to go back to the pit. Yeah, exactly. So it was hard, but yeah, what did you guys reckon?
You did a fantastic job. I'm gonna jump in here, Dan, quick.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know. I love how you did the intro. It's ridiculous, and I didn't hear that many people doing that, to be honest. So I don't know if we heard the same things, but I rarely heard anybody use it. I've seen people use it as trending audio on social posts and shit like that, but that's it. I love Angus and Julia Stone. That song hits the string, and the way you filled the gaps pause was phenomenal. I love. Obviously, I know the story as well, so everything just fits like this whole sort of movie feeling situation. So it's awesome. I love when you rap over these kind of like indie rock pieces. It's so fitting. Like I don't know whether it's your voice or the way you've chosen to fill the pockets and stuff like that, but it's like it's a real good mesh, and it's something that we need to look at a little more, dude. Like as far as my production and beats you get from whoever else, I don't give a fuck if it's me. You need to get things that like the track. There's moments in these like 3-4 songs, so more than half of this is like brilliant to me. I'm just like hearing it, like getting goosebumps and crying and shit when I'm hearing it. It's like it's awesome. So, and then yeah, fucking the coming home shit. I know you love. Alexis on Fire and stuff like that. So that's just. I knew how much you were into it, so it was just a really good time for you to write to that. And I was kind of discovering it at the same time because you loved it so much. And then when we're in South by, like, I was so fucked that morning, and I kind of regret that you got up.
I went by myself.
You went and saw Dallas Green by yourself, and then you saw him in a library or something. What happened there?
Great. No, it wasn't a library.
Coffee shop, something
Sounds
small.
about right. And I remember being like mad early, just went dolo, and I think I was even drinking. I was like, "Fuck, this is early."
Me and Scott got so fucked up, dude. Like, I don't know. I think it was the Jaeger bombs and the Red Bull. Like I told you, I was just too
Makes
worse
sense.
for where I was puking.
Good to-
Oh
oh,
wow.
I missed.
Oh
So I missed
wow.
out.
we went
Yeah, I
hard.
don't. I'm not like that kind of bloke. It's been a while since I partied hard like that. So anyway, good fun. And then yeah, safety and numbness. It's relatable stuff if you're a single bloke and things like that. And then burial. I forget what that song's about. What
The
is that one?
winter. It's like the
Oh
winter.
yeah. Gotcha. That's tight. I like the vibes on that. But yeah, song for a friend, probably possibly one of my favorite songs ever. Obviously you wrote it for me, and it's just like crazy. Heard it today, loved it, broke down, fantastic. Yeah,
It's a nice little joint.
top notch. And then like I love the fucking the British India song that makes me want to mosh and punch cunts and like dance around and swing my arms and hopefully hit somebody. So love that a lot. And then the breakthrough one, like you said, good story behind it. When I played it, I rewound the song literally 3 times in a row, and I just couldn't believe how many raps of yours and mine I remembered because it's been years since I heard it. So when I can remember, 80% of both of our raps, it's good. I'm glad that our bars were super tight on that. So that's a good collaborate.
Yeah.
I love that a lot.
Yeah, went hard. That's good. Good summary. Daniel, what was your thoughts? Being that this is some like probably you music styles you don't listen to, and
Yeah, like it was definitely something that I don't usually listen to this kind of music, obviously, but like it was still sick though. Like the intro, obviously, I've heard that plenty of times. I've never heard you rap over it, obviously, but it's still sick. It was a good time.
Mm.
But then you know what? I got to the song with the British India band, and I was like, oh, this stuff is actually sick because it was
Yeah.
like you know what? It reminds me of the songs you'd hear on like the Tony Hawk's games or or like wrestling
Ooh.
intro music.
Like the crossover tracks.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it
I
made
like
me
that.
because I don't really listen to rock or those kind of genres, but then when I'm listening to if I ever like when I used to watch wrestling when I was younger and I listened to the intros, that a lot of the stuff is rock, and I'm kind of like thinking this song is sick, but how comes now? Like back then, I'm thinking it's so sick, but then I'm not listening to it on my own, kind of thing.
Mm.
So it kind of just made me remember or think about those kind of things, like the Tony Hawks or the wrestling shit. The same with the Breakthrough
Yeah.
remix; that was a sick tune as well.
Good
And
one.
yeah, no, overall, obviously it's not uh, like the type of music I would always listen to, but I can still appreciate it nonetheless. So it was good overall. Still,
Dope.
it was sick, and it was
Nice.
definitely. I can tell this one was very personal versus a lot of the other ones where I guess it's more vibesy. But then this one
This
was
is
a
when
lot more.
C gets his like heart on my sleeve vibes going on,
Mm.
which is good to
Yeah.
see.
Well, was coming off splitting up a group and stuff, and trying to like establish like what do you do if everyone only ever knew you in a group? Then like you gotta like
Yeah, make your own.
establish yourself somehow. And it was a challenge for sure to try and figure out. I was like, I don't know. I just wanted to do something different. I just really always felt that if I just did normal shit, it would never stand out, which probably wasn't true in the end. But I just wanted to keep trying the different stuff. And I'm not mad at doing it because it was like, I don't know. It was interesting and it helped me continue to explore genres. And I feel like it's given me an appreciation for I'm not gonna say I listen to all this type of music really much anymore, but like at the time I went hard because I was by myself a lot. It was before Tiff and I were all the time, and she obviously wouldn't really love it if I'm playing all this type of stuff. But yeah, it was just like it was a cool time. It was a very once again it feels like I don't know if it feels as dated because
It doesn't feel dated. This stuff doesn't feel as dated for sure.
It sounds better than everything else before because at this particular point for my audio engineering and even production, like everything skills went up. So I'm more proud of this sonically than other ones because it's just I could tell that it's better. There's a few things I would obviously fix, but that's how it goes. But I know this is a good turning point in the quality of the crew's sound overall. So this is a good reminder for me. Like, oh, this is when I started using blah blah blah, and I started to just get good at this shit.
I like that. So that was that. Did you want to go and talk about any singles, or do we want to just maybe we could do a single?
We can save it for next time. We'll do like a singles, like 4 or 5 singles, and do like
that'd be a cool idea actually.
We'll group our best singles. We'll talk about it later, and then we'll just do that as
maybe we'll do them after
The third.
three ones,
indie?
and we can do like a quick singles from like whatever periods we want to go over it for.
Yeah, singles recap.
I like that. So, all right, you sick cunts. What are we feeling like? Do we want to do any news? Do we want to do a blind ranking? Do we want to do the album tiers? What are we in the mood for? What's the vibes?
And we can start with the news. There's only a couple things that I could find that were actually relevant.
There wasn't
But
much.
like, there was like literally nothing that happened throughout this week. You know how we usually say there's nothing, but then there's like 5 things.
Yeah.
This time, literally like 2 things.
Sure, the biggest shit happened today,
Go on.
Let them know.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Drum roll, please.
I'm finding it. Where is it?
Okay. There it is. There it is.
Yeezy's back. Oh, let's go. So today,
What happened?
Can we add an asterisk to that though?
go for it.
Because it's not Kanye West Yeezys.
Well,
It's non-Kanye approved Adidas Yeezys. Yes.
it's still the brand collabs. It's still it's still three. Basically, Adidas announced the 350.
Didn't he message?
So he did post a bunch of posts on Instagram saying that these are not the Yeezy team approved because Adidas owns the silhouettes and everything. They basically had started, I think this is why he was pissed, started making their own colorways that they're putting out. And this is not the first one, by the way, that I think there's a bunch. I don't know no one knows which ones they are for sure. They've never Ye and his team or Yeezy have never said, hey guys, these 15 Yeezys that Adidas put out are all not approved by us. Like none of these are. I've got my guesses, like there were these red and blue ones, 2 different ones, 700 V1s which they're just horrendous. They're so ugly. The colors don't work. Like it's ridiculous. It's got like browns and reds and stuff, like and bright orange all in the same thing. It's ridiculous. They look. I hate them so much.
Puke.
So my guess is that's not like a Yeezy approved colorway. So he was saying that yes, they're not. The one that's called out is called like space gray or something, and it's like this real like bland nothing gray that I don't like it at all.
Like Star Wars grey. Like
Yeah.
Tatooine grey.
I'm trying to like really do it justice. It's kind of like
Isn't it like the grey from the Belugas?
no, it's
Oh,
not like
okay.
it's kind of like this kind of gray,
I
but
was
like
thinking
this has
clay.
got like a clay gray.
Grey.
But imagine this in a 750, in a 350, sorry, and it's like
So you need about tree fitting.
need about 350, but it's not hot. So anyway, Ye's pissed, but I was very happy that they're coming back. So I've been checking. Look,
Yeah, but if Ye's pissed and he's saying don't buy it, well, go on. Like, what are you saying?
I'm gonna buy
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna buy it.
That's what I'm saying. So
Well, but like, if he's not approving it, he's saying on his Instagram post, "Don't buy the thing. It's not my
he
joint."
literally says they're selling fake Yeezys.
If you love me, don't buy
They're
that
not
shit.
fake because it's
No,
this
I'm
all-
not saying they're fake. I'm saying
Did you see the post?
the owner,
Yeah, Ye was
not even
like,
the
yeah.
owner, the inventor of Yeezy, the brand, said Adidas are selling fake Yeezys. That is what he said.
I think your consumer vibes are winning over your loyalty vibes.
So look, this is what see what I'm saying. They're not very pretty. Look, guys, look. What did and
You've already got a couple Yeezys. How about you just like don't get these shit ones?
okay? Well, let's see what else they come with because some of these were like okay. So this one isn't. Let's see how many more they
let's
do.
do it. Okay.
Because there's been the rumors they were saying. Oh no! Someone on Reddit posted. It was like the Adidas website in I want to say Korea, South Korea, or China or something like that, and it had like 10 different colorways or 8 or something like that, and a couple of them had been they were re-releasing the carbon belugas. They were I saw like zebras, I think. So like those ones were all Yeezy approved. I know zebras are, and I'm pretty sure the carbon belugas were, but
Okay.
so there could be more. There was one that I was interested in, like if it does drop, is the white 500 low with the gum sole, shit like that.
They're very nice.
Because that's one of the models that I really want. Aside from that, so you guys are right. Like at the end of the day, I know I'm arguing and being a troll over text, but you're right. But my justification is that like this was my shit. This was my thing that got me through COVID. Like when I discovered how to get them, and it was really exciting. I loved it. I was making little graphics on Canva to show which ones I had. Blah, blah, blah. Like I hadn't been into something for a while that's like a hobby that's not monetized or anything. Everything I get into, we end up doing stuff. So I still don't have anything to replace it. Like I love it. I think it's sick. It's the only thing, and I don't like any other brands. I don't like any other shoes. Every time I see anything, it does nothing for me. And I really like it, and I would like to. It's fun that it's coming back, and then I'm like, maybe there's nothing I even like. Maybe I'll go in and I'll get nothing. I don't know. I bet they probably won't be too hard to get for the most part, but I'm justifying it. I'm doing little circles to justify it.
If he restocks the ones which are actually his, then yeah, calm. I'm on that. But until then, if I see him wearing Nike, I'm gonna wear Nike. If he wears that, and then if he wears the new fake Adidas Yeezys, I'll wear them. But if not, then I'm okay.
Well, obviously he won't.
Yeah, he won't. He won't. But he did say he would never. He was always beefing Nike, so now. But Nike's back in, so
I can't get down with Nike. I just can't. I just dislike.
He was wearing the gloves. He was wearing the Air Force.
So you guys still wear Adidas shoes or what?
I think it's fine.
I've got 2 pairs, and one of them's brand new, so I got to wear them out still.
Wear them. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
You do it. Don't feel guilty. Okay, yeah, I can't get down with the Nike. I find it odd. I was saying to you guys on text that like I don't know, Nike fucked him pretty bad like 10 years ago. They did some of the most successful shoes of all time, like the Red Octobers, and then wouldn't give him a deal like Adidas gave him.
Dicks.
As a designer, they were doing it as a collab, like the Travis Scott type of thing, as if you're an athlete or whatever. And he was like, no, I want like a line, like you produce this line that we design or whatever, because they have all the access to the factories and make it better. So Dan's pushback to that was like, well, if Kanye can get over it, then I can get over it. I'm like, look, the thing was, you weren't wrong for any of this stuff. I'm not going to participate. So I'm not going to participate in Nike. I can't fuck with it. Okay. They're so bland to me. They're just like in Foot Locker everywhere, and like.
Okay, what if they release Nike Yeezys?
Yeah, then I'll go up, of course.
Okay, then we're cool. Then. All right, cool.
Yeah,
then that's fine.
I don't like. I'm not like irrationally hating them, and I wore Nikes forever, man. I had like Air Forces and all that shit since back in the day, but I don't know. Every time I see them in a store, I'm just not moved at all. Yo, I was in the fucking Nike store. What's the joint? The outlet store before Christmas. Obviously, I'm wearing Yeezys. I'm wearing the Yeezy hoodie. I'm wearing a Yeezy jacket, Yeezy Gap jacket. And I'm walking around the store because we're getting a gift for Tiff's mum. And I was, I didn't even look at anything for myself at all. And when I was checking out, the guy who worked there was asking me about my Yeezy gear and how it fits. So I'm like, even the guy working at Nike is interested in the Yeezy gear.
I'm sure a lot of the employees aren't Nike loyalists, so
probably not. No, I would say that and obviously it was an outlet store, so it was like the least cool. It was like the shit that's cheap. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the new freshness. And I don't know, when we're looking to buy sneakers for her, like everything's, I don't like how everything's like the colors. I don't know, like I'm just not feeling any of it. Okay, I'm not feeling it.
That fits my foot. That's why I enjoy.
Yeah, the Boost technology. Boost is fucking amazing.
The Boost is actually amazing. Yeah,
for real though. So it's good. But anyway, that was the best news that happened all week, and
that's really the only relevant thing at this point. I don't need to read what I have here.
No, okay. The only other small things, J. Cole released like a snippet of a new song from The Fall Off. I don't recall what it was called. It was just like short,
snippy.
Yeah, and it was cool. It was just rapping, no chorus, just same high quality bars that he has been delivering for years. So it sounds like it's going to be cool. There's no way that album's going to suck dick. So I think I'm looking forward.
Amazing.
It's going to be crazy. And the other thing, Shane Gillis was on Saturday Night Live.
I saw the little snippets of it. I want to watch the whole thing.
We watched it last night.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably watch it tonight.
I won't spoil anything. The skits were all pretty solid. Like I wasn't like cackling or anything, Like his own skits are funnier. Like the what is it, Gilly and Keeve stuff is.
Away
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Well, his own skits. He has a skit show. His own skit show
Oh, I see. Not his. Okay,
called Gilly and Keeve. So he's this other guy. I forgot the actual
Cool.
name. So he's like him and another dude have done this skit show that's killing it. It was more the pushing the envelope more than they normally would, and it was funny during the monologue. Like he's like, oh, no one's feeling this right here. Like you guys are not laughing at all. Like he was pointing out how much because he said retard. In it, which is funny to this super woke audience. It was funny because the band who are right behind him are just
mute faces,
stone face cunt.
Oh my
I'm
god!
like, you fucking losers, bro. Like
That's so
if they're
funny.
really mad at him for like why he didn't get the job in the first place, it was such a mid joke that he, as in like an offhanded thing, that it was such an overreaction to take that away from him. But I think it's done better for his career, and it's even better he's come back as a host and still been asked to do it because that's how big he's gotten. So I mean, he won. He took.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth watching.
I saw a Grand Wizard post and he said real comedy is back. So
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
I'm very excited for that.
it's man. He's the best. Obviously, Chappelle is the GOAT, but like he's the best we have right now. I think he's. I would go as far as to say maybe a bit of hot take. He has overtaken Bill Burr and Louis C.K. I would say.
Ooh.
I mean, Louis C.K. kind of faded it into the background a little bit since he's been, jerking off and stuff.
But his specials were still good. He
I
did
haven't seen him on the radar. Hasn't
Okay,
come
so
on
he's.
or anything else.
You had to buy them from his website, so I buy them from his website directly because it's like, and they're like 15.
Because he's like cancelled. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, now it's like, well, cool,
Unfortunately, from the big
cancel me,
dogs.
basically
I've
from
still
that.
got an outlet. Yeah.
And they exactly, and he gets 100.
Kind of like Chris D'Elia, because
Same shit. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So Louis he did this one when his first one back was called like Sorry or something like that, and that was good. Then he did another one live at Madison Square Garden, which was sick. Then he did that somewhere else and released that separately, but I didn't. Oh, I have that on. Do I have that? Either way. And then he also did a movie called The 4th of July, which was cool. So I bought that and then got the other special together for like $15. So like it's all good deals and stuff. And like,
very good deal.
but yeah, Gillis is the GOAT. The only other thing here we have Dan beefing. We can. I don't know. I wrote down we can tell Dan the Odd Future story from South by, the same South by that we saw Show Baby at. All it was that there was this kind of like a legendary gig. There was when you buy that pass, it's like $600, probably even more expensive for like a week. And the pass gets you in everywhere. You can go to gigs. There's a lot of free gigs. Like that Show Baby one we went to was a free gig. You just walk in. But there was a bunch of gigs. Like when we first saw, we went to one that had J. Cole, Melanie, Fiona, Miguel.
Marsha Ambrosius.
Yep. All these people in this tiny venue. And J. Cole just came out a couple of years before. So it was cool seeing everybody. I'm talking like 400 people. Tiny venue. But there's like a line down the street of people hoping to get in, and then we just walk right in because we had the badge. So the badge holders get that. So we went. It was hosted by Billboard, like the charts, and Odd Future were buzzing at the time. Yonkers come out like going crazy, and they were doing a bunch of shows around the festival. But this was a Billboard one. Go on.
I was gonna say Goblin just got voted best video of the year like 2 weeks before we got there or something.
For Yonkers?
Like that. Goblin, is that the same?
Yonkers is the one where he eats the bug.
The bug, the black and white one? That's it.
Yeah, so that song is called Yonkers, yeah.
Oh, I see. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. Goblin was the album, though. So that's what you're thinking of.
Okay.
It's exactly, and there probably was a song called that, but you're thinking of the right thing. So yes, he was popping, and they did a show. But this one, we saw Fantano there. So we'd met Fantano like the day before or something or that day, I can't remember, at the panels. Yeah, no, boo, Fantano. And he was mad cool. Yeah, now he's fucking up. Now he's like, God damn it, see, you either, what is it? You disappear or you live long enough to be the villain or whatever. Yeah. So he's the villain now. So he was cool. We were talking to him there for a bit because he remembered us. And I think he even brought that up in his vlog that he posted. And then it was basically like the crowd was 50-50, like industry people who were just sipping their drinks, hands in the pockets type of thing. And then crazy, like Odd Future fans. At the time, he didn't like Steve Harvey. All I can remember is this sweaty Latino dude walking out yelling "fuck Steve Harvey"
Nice.
because that's what he was saying, and I didn't know who Steve
Wow.
Harvey was at the time. And it's like,
Mhm.
who's Steve Harvey? Why does everyone hate him? So they did 3 songs, and I googled it because I was like, maybe I could check my footage, but it's like some hard drives, hard to find. But I went to YouTube, and there was a whole bunch of videos there from different angles and shit. And basically, they did 3 songs. Oh man, you know what? Shout out to all you guys at the front for giving it energy. Everyone else can suck my fucking dick. We're out of here. And they threw the microphones down. At least in the audio, like there, it was very loud. And then they just stormed off after 3 songs. Yeah.
I remember him saying, like, you know, he's like, all 6 of y'all in the front, I love y'all motherfuckers. Everybody else, fuck y'all, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yo,
Look
sound
out,
man,
man.
fix the microphone. I can't hear shit because there was a feedback like 2 or 3 times, and it's like, sound man, fix that. Mike sounds like shit, and he smashed it on the stage, and that's when it went like that's when the feedback went crazy, and then they left the stage because they were so pissed with the sound man a few times, which I think the first one was fake, and the second one actually there was a couple of bits of real feedback. I don't know if he just caused that on purpose by putting the microphone close to the thing, but that was pretty hilarious. Very theatrical. We were all just like, whoa.
Yeah. It was like you're like, part of you was pissed because you wanted to see the 45-minute set or hour set. You want the whole set and enjoy it. And then the other half was like, oh fuck, people are going to talk about this show set.
That was pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. So it was
very
fun.
interesting. Good times.
I wonder how much the microphone was for them to pay for, because they probably dented that really nicely.
What if it's their own one? Maybe you bring him around. I'm sure he's doing okay.
I'm sure Tyler's doing all right. Yeah.
Tyler's fine, paying that off.
He's fine.
So, with that, the only other thing was that this week I had a bad coffee, and I haven't had a bad coffee in a while. We went to a place. We got misled. We went to a place. Their Instagram gave that they were fire, unless it was just like the person that we had, but it was unfire.
I saw you went to a place that I didn't recognize on your Instagram, because usually you stick to the same places. And I saw might have posted a very new place on your Instagram. Maybe it wasn't the shit one, but then you definitely went to a place that I didn't recognize.
There was like Detour, but I've taken you there before.
Yes,
Durand and stuff. Yeah, the Dundas one. There was another. I've been trying to post them on stories again. Oh, there's Finn. Have you heard of Finn?
No.
No, so Finn's fire. So that was the one with those guys. So okay, the way when Asians own cafes, almost always flames. The 2 best stores, the 2 best cafes in my favorite in Hamilton are both owned. One's Vietnamese and the other one I think is Japanese.
That's
like
tight.
A1.
Love it.
Super high quality, like refuse to do larges, which usually pisses me off, but their coffee's so good I don't mind. Proper. So this place was in this area called Westdale, around the corner from Finn, and it was called like a Next Door Cafe, and the sorry to shit on them, but I imagine nobody's listening who knows what it is. It was just like I don't know. Inside their Instagram is fire. Everything was perfect. At latte art, and they had good beans that I'd seen before. Man, it was just I just couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe how bad it was. And it hadn't happened. It tasted like fucking Tim Hortons with some little milk in it. Like, and I get like a latte. They had like silk oat milk, and silk oat milk is not the one. You don't want that.
Right. No, they need that.
Not the best
actual
brand.
organic
And
one,
and I think they weren't using this brand of beans, like a roaster called Hatch. It's based in Markham. And they were selling them, but I don't think that's what they use, because I know it's a good bean. So I don't know if it was like the lady who made it, which would seem like there was this young girl, and then the older lady came in to do it and then left straight away, and it was weird. Like, I don't know if it was just, if you get a good barista, then maybe it's different, or if they just have bad beans. But the point was, I've been thinking about it because I haven't had a bad coffee in a while. It makes you realize how lucky
man's is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of fucking shit coffees, I'm gonna piggyback your fucking shit coffee story and tell you about a delicious coffee that I had today. And I usually I'm kind of like a once a month kind of latte with oat milk, get a little special treat. How you going? I'm usually like a cup of tea in the morning, smoothie, and then just eat during the day. Like, the cup of tea caffeine is enough for me.
Keeps you
know
going.
what I mean? So,
Gotcha.
But today went out for a delicious bike ride. It was like just piss and sunshine. It was amazing.
Gorgeous.
Had a good time. Bluebird Day, went for a nice little cruise around the beach and that. So I went to Oro Cafe and Eatery in the beaches. So ORO Cafe. Honestly,
Okay.
dude, phenomenal.
I'm gonna look 'em up.
Asian lady made it.
Shouts to
Served
the
it to
Asians
me.
coming
Absolute.
through.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like this is because you're saying Asians make the best coffee, and this lovely lady fucking hooked it up, and it was outstanding. It had real beautiful, smooth, creamy hazelnut vibes, and I haven't had a latte with that direction. Usually, sometimes they're berries or whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
But yeah, I had a ridiculous coffee, and it wasn't like $7. You know what I mean? I think it was 5 flat plus tax, and which is
That's actually
refreshing
pretty cheap.
for a proper
It's
size
really
latte with good beans. So shout out
Yeah.
to Oro Cafe in the
I'm
beaches.
trying to find them. I don't know what their Instagram is to shout them out, but
I'll send you the fucking whatever.
yeah, I'm looking for Oro Cafe or Oro Toronto. It's not coming up, but that's good. Nice to send it a little positive flip here for it. So while you're sending that, now, how about we do some blind rankings? And we're doing it different this time because Notion and I did the stuff. So we're going to do Notion's questions to Dan and I, and my questions to Dan and Nosh. So who wants to go first with their questions? With the blind rankings? Notion, you or me? Who wants to
I'll
go
do it.
first? All
I'm
right.
fucking not scared of you, cunt.
All right,
Okay,
so-
so we'll do.
So
I
me and
the thing.
Daniel.
Bom, bom. Okay, so you cheeky buggers, we're gonna do major cities.
Major cities. Okay.
Okay. All right, Dan, do you want to... I'll write these down, or do you want to write them down?
Let me. I've got my laptop here. All right.
Okay.
All right. Go.
Hopefully, I didn't fuck these up and just actually. You know what?
You said not capital. You said major cities. So I mean, like that's fine.
Major cities. So it's fine.
I've actually just written. Also, I've written countries. I realized I'm a fucking.
You're a lit
Right.
cunt.
Right.
Do you want me to? Do you want to fix that, and I'll do mine first, or do you want to do your other one, and we'll go back and forth?
I'll do my other one and then I'll fix it while you're doing the other one. Okay,
Perfect.
so we'll do original NBA teams.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is the Toronto Huskies.
Oh.
So somebody's writing it in the note, and you
Oh.
both can see.
Yeah, Dan's doing.
Oh
that.
yeah, right in the chat.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then
I mean, I guess we don't know any of them, so probably we'll just put them in the. Maybe do we put Toronto because it's Toronto? We just put that number one, like just go hard.
I was thinking we put it number 5 because there are surely going to be a lot better than Toronto Huskies. That sounds like number 5 to me. I don't get good vibes from that.
Okay, let's round to 5. I'm not because I don't have a strong opinion. I'm comfortable with that. All right.
very much.
Okay.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh,
I mean, like I fuck with Philly. Philly's pretty
Every
tough.
team is an OG team. Then it's not like they're literally part of the original. That's why I said Toronto Huskies, not Raptors.
Gotcha.
Talking like OG teams, like original 6 hockey. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I'm happy to put it pretty high.
Yeah, I'd say like we could go with 2, because like I fuck with Philly. Philly go hard.
We could do 2, but
Yeah.
my worry is
Think about the legacy team. This is what
it's the
what
legacy
it is.
as well.
Legacy
There's going to be some betters coming
That's
up.
what I mean. when I
Let's
say
slap her in 3.
original. So the people that played for Philly, for example, think about the old cunts. Think
Yeah,
about who
like,
had the baddest afro on the court and had the highest
Julius Erving and stuff.
the near high socks, bro. Remember how swaggy?
Oh yeah, these guys don't fuck around.
So
Okay. What do you think? 3?
I think 3 safe because
Okay.
there must be 2 better, and there
Okay.
must be 1 I'm kind of just not. So yeah, I'm happy
Okay.
with 3.
I like that. All right, next.
the Chicago Bulls.
Oh,
I mean, do we want to slap that at 1? Because I don't know what's going to be really better than that as far as like.
I think the Lakers will be better, but
I guess I have a stronger pull towards the Bulls because of the 90s, but we could do 2.
yeah, I will happily do 2. But if
Let's rock 2. I don't have a strong argument for 1, so I'm happy for 2.
okay.
Yeah, if I had something, I would bust it on you. I would just spooge it all over you.
okay,
Spooge.
Spooge.
The New York Knickerbockers.
I mean,
Ooh,
so there's 4 or 1.
I think
Because they kind of suck, but they're
they do kind of
legendary.
suck. But I love the New York Knicks fans. They're so fucking
They're
funny.
passionate.
They're
Jesus
the
and Mira,
most
love
passionate
it.
fans. Oh my god! But
What do you reckon? Do you want to leave it at 4 on the
I
off
think
chance that
four.
something like?
I can't put it above the Bulls. I can't put them above Bulls. No way.
Okay, so then like hopefully it's like Boston or LA or something like one of those.
Yeah,
type of-
yeah.
All right. No.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
You have picked for your number 1 spot the Boston Celtics.
Legendary. That's good. I'm not mad
Pretty
at
good.
I mean,
Pretty-
Larry
I'm not
Bird
mad.
goes hard, 33.
I would swap. Honestly, other than number 5, I don't think this would be my order at all.
Okay.
But
I could have picked real more arsehole teams, and I figured that was a fair. I didn't want to. I don't know.
I know what you mean. No, that was good. It's good. I think you came through.
All right, see, Fizzy.
All right, so I'm gonna switch it up because I have a sports-based one, but because we just did that, I'm gonna do. This is gonna be brands, clothing brands. So no, last week Dan did hype beast brands. This is more sports brands or kind of like general stuff that's for the most part accessible.
okay.
Sweet.
Not all, but most.
I'll write it down.
All right. I'm just
Paste
going to... Should I say them in this order here? All right. First one, Reebok.
4.
Ooh, yeah, 4 sounds safe. There's definitely worse, but it's not the worst. So
It's not the worst. Yeah,
Not
I feel like
the
that's a safe one because he's probably going to put some fire on us. Hopefully get some fire on us.
yeah.
I have faith because, clothing brands.
Yep.
Probably going to be some...
I'm happy with that being 4.
Okay. Next one, Puma.
Ooh.
5.
You might have to... Yeah. I wish it was in... I wish Reebok was 4 and 5 now because I would have put Puma in.
I kind of don't mind those two for me interchangeable, so I'd happily put a Puma 5. Honestly.
Okay, I guess that there's probably there better be some fire coming, see Feezy.
Yeah, because that's a very weak start.
A weak start, yeah. Hopefully,
Okay.
boomerangs. Let's go.
Next one, Adidas.
2. Yeah.
Just
That's
to
a 2. Yeah.
just to leave some room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one, Nike.
Or 3.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put a 3. Yeah.
They're 3.
Nice on the
All right.
gamble.
3's fine.
Okay.
3's fine.
Are you ready to see who your number 1 is?
Oh god, here we go.
All right, guys. So you have chosen as your number 1 brand, Yeezy.
Even though I don't own a pair of them yet, I'm still happy to have that as the number 1. You feel me, fam?
This is probably the order I would have gone in anyway. Yeah, I'm very happy with this.
I feel like you guys did a good job with that one.
That was
We
good.
did it quite well, actually. We do good in a escape room, Dan. We should go and give that a
We
shot.
should go. I would go. I've only been.
I would love to do that.
We came to a conclusion pause really quickly. That was nicely done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do it.
I actually like the dynamic switch up of all of this too.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
C and I obviously are brothers. There's a different synergy and all that bullshit there, but we can get it done quickly, and that was really nice.
Efficiently and effectively.
No, because can't be like, no.
We have
That was
telepathy. We have telepathy.
Exactly.
Get a dog up, you basically did.
Fucking dogs. All right, Nosh, your cities one.
Okay. Are you fucking cunts ready? Does someone have a pen and a pad /
Daniel
digital?
does. Now, is this a particular? Is this like North America? Is this global?
Global.
Global. Okay.
It's like Europe. It's like it's everywhere actually. It's a little
everywhere.
peppered. Couple Europes, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right. I hope there's some trick ones in there.
Honestly, they're all fire.
They're all good?
Like,
Okay, cool.
All places are fire. One of them is probably like, I guess.
Okay.
But everything else, everything's fire. I wouldn't.
So it makes it harder.
Place.
Okay, that's good.
Like,
that's good.
Kind of, because whatever. I should have given you a shit one, but I did have a shit one, but I named a shit country, which is I'm not going to say. 'Cause I'll be labeled a fucking whatever the fuck.
You can add Sydney. You can add Sydney as the shit one if you want.
Oh, I probably should have that.
Yeah,
I'll push it with
Or
Perth.
Perth. Big ups Perth. I like.
Yeah,
Perth.
honestly, big up Perth. I know a few cunts from Perth. Actually, I know one in Toronto from Perth. Solid cunt. So I just don't want to shit on Perth cunts.
Understood.
You know what I mean? Jelly bean.
Perth
Okay, cool.
gang.
So I'm going to start off with the big dog,
Mm-hmm.
Melbourne.
Oh well, I mean that's got to be number 1.
I mean that has to be 5. Yeah.
You fucking.
It's actually funnier to have this because if it was me and you, it'd be a lot easier than me and Dad. Okay, So look, Dan, I feel like, I know you haven't been there. You're going to have to take my word on this. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I can imagine it's pretty good, but am I putting it above the greatest city in the world? No.
Okay. All right. Can we do 3? How do you feel about 3?
I could do a 4.
4? But
I could do 4.
I guess if you said
they're all good. They're all good, bear in mind. They're all good, because this could be the meh one, you know. But this could be the meh one. I've met a few guys from there. Like, it could be a meh. It's kind of making sense to me.
All right, look. I'm going to... 4, though? For Melp? Bro.
Is it
rude?
Okay.
3?
Oh, shit.
Okay. Okay. All right, because it's pretty sick, and if I've been to the place, I'm like, no, Melbourne's better than there. Like, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
We've been to all the places.
Okay, so let's do 3, and then I owe you one. I owe you a concession. How's that? Because I didn't give you any pushback pause in the last one. Mm-hmm. I let you just slam it home, just rip it.
Yeah. You owe me a home run slamming. Of your anus specifically.
Oh, specifically.
Yeah.
No pause.
No, I don't do that anymore.
Okay, next one.
Okay.
Number 2 is not number 2. The number 2 from me is Tirana.
Do you want to do 2?
Tirana.
Or do you want to do 4? Now, is Melbourne a better city than Toronto? They're kind of comparable in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I see. This is the issue. If I was to put Melbourne 4, Toronto would have been 3. But now I can't put Toronto 2, given that there's a lot of cities up for grabs.
Right, but it's also not much. There's going to be some European ones coming too, and
Yeah.
Which I should.
Where do you feel? Okay, yes. So what do you feel comfortable with this one?
It can't go above 3.
So make it 4.
4. Yeah.
Okay. The way that Toronto's going, Melbourne probably is better as far as the unlivableness.
Yeah. But I fucking love living in Toronto. So
obviously, fucking Toronto's fucking the shit.
Still.
Okay.
All right, you scallywags. My third fucking dingleberry is Paris.
Okay.
So 5.
Yeah, I'll be cool with 5.
5 easily.
Let's run that.
People shit on Paris a lot because they say this is, what is it, Paris syndrome, where it's like everyone bigs up Paris and they say it's amazing and you go there and it's fine. But like, I just think it's
fine.
nice.
I really liked it.
I've been there a few times.
It was just fun. It was memorable. I definitely need to visit it again. It's been a minute, but I wouldn't be like, fuck, it's top of my list. But it's still sick to visit. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
If I'm living in North America, it wouldn't be in the like top 10 list of places I want to go, because I'm not spending $1,000 to go to France. You know, I'd rather go. France isn't even the best European country, so why would I go to Paris? There's a lot of North American cities I'd rather visit, and there's a lot of European cities I still rather visit. So
I like that.
I'm happy to put Paris in 5.
Perfect. Love it.
All right. Lisbon in Portugal.
I've never been to Lisbon, but I've been to Portugal. And I think Portugal was the best European country. So,
okay. I think I might even agree with you on that. I think it's fair to put Lisbon in too. Lisbon is so sick. Like, and we only went to Europe in winter in December. So we didn't even get to see it in its peak. And we loved it so much. It was just
so good.
The food was incredible. Like, everything about it was phenomenal.
Yeah, no, Lisbon, Portugal, when I went to, where did I go to? I flew into Faro, so
south.
Yeah, it was like beachy and shit. It wasn't like busy like Faro and everything, but it was sick. I went to a music festival, saw Buju Banton, DJ Khaled,
that's cool.
Wizkid, Burna Boy, loads of names.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's sick.
It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
Good lineup.
I love that.
All right, drum roll, please.
All right, what are we doing? Number 1.
Here we go.
You guys have chosen the stoner capital of the world, Amsterdam.
Nah. That's terrible. That stinks. That stinks.
Are we off that?
Oh my god. Amsterdam would be 5. That is.
I like
comparison-
Amsterdam.
No, I think it's.
Honestly,
out of everything in that
probably
list, it's
stacks better than when we visited in like 2000 and what was it, 9, dog?
so
4.
meh.
4. Fucking hell, it was 4.
20
It
years
was
ago.
like December or January. December 03 or January 04 was one of those two.
It was December 04.
I have
December.
no issue with Amsterdam. It's just so meh. So meh. Like, this isn't. Nah. It's shit. I don't give a fuck. It's shit. No,
Maybe because you're not a weed guy. or
Upset
something.
Daniel.
Sorry,
no,
Daniel.
but it's fine. Like, it's fine. That's all it is. Like, I think
It's
I'd rather,
Charlotte. What Tiff thinks of Charlotte. Just fine.
I'd
It's
rather
fine.
go to Paris, honestly.
I'd rather
I'd
go to
rather-
Paris than Amsterdam for sure.
I'd go to Paris. It would be 5 Dam, 4 Paris, 3 Melbourne, 2 Toronto, 1 Lisbon.
Okay,
If we're real.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, you fuck with us.
I like that. All right, my turn. You guys, we're doing sports, so this is just the whole, holistic sports,
The whole sports
the
genre.
whole game. So,
Okay.
okay. All right.
Okay,
All
Daniel,
right. You ready?
go.
Okay. First up, ice hockey.
5.
5. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, dude.
Happily.
Okay. 2.
No
What's that second?
offense. It's like it's fun and shit, but I don't know, man.
I feel like you.
I'm not into it.
Like,
It's
it would have been
fine.
4 max. I swear to God. No,
Mhm.
Okay.
even 4 max.
I agree.
Well, next one, curling.
Ah, good one, you fucking dog cunt. Maybe that's why I was feeling the 4 for the ice hockey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can we do
I have a
a
feeling.
4 still?
I'll
you
put
can't.
4.
Curling for a
We can do
4.
4.
Okay, lock
Okay.
it in, Eddie.
Alrighty. Next one, basketball.
Oh, can we do a 1? Maybe a 2?
Good 2. Maybe 2.
2 is because you think there's something coming better, like maybe UFC or some bullshit,
I think there's like
or
off the top of
maybe
my head,
like soccer.
off the top of my head, there's probably like about 3 sports I'd prefer,
Okay,
but
so
I
you
do
want to
love
do 2
basketball.
and piss me off? Let's do that.
Let's
As
do
a
2.
safety. Okay,
Okay.
fine.
All right. Next one, soccer.
Number
Okay.
1 great sport in the world. It's the world sport. Everyone loves it. It's the biggest sport in the world, and yeah.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because you're a cunt. That's all.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
All right.
yeah.
Y'all
This
ready?
is my online present for you.
You guys have chosen AFL football as number 3.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. AFL's tight.
The real
AFL's
football.
pretty tight.
That
I'm up
stinks.
there.
The real football is great.
I'm
Real
really
fan.
not upset with that list at all. Like, obviously, I'd swap 1 and 2 around, but everything else is butter, fam. Actually, no, I'd swap 4 and 5 around and 1 and 2 around.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling curling more than ice hockey. I don't know.
But like,
Wow.
actually, no, I'd probably put AFL, basketball, AFL, soccer, ice hockey, curling. Yeah, so I would do a little jiggle.
Yeah, maybe you've had a bit too much to drink. That's what I think.
You know what? Your fucking face has got too much to fucking do stuff and things.
Yeah.
You're right. I've had a
All
few
right.
beers.
All right. We've got a few minutes to go. Let's have a little play with this little tier list.
All right,
Oh,
let's
yes.
do this. Let's
All
get
right.
controversial. Let's get 40-year-olds pissed off at me on Instagram.
All right. Oh,
Go.
don't make me take this as a thing. Okay, let's start with, I think last time we did Nosh, Dan, me as the thing. So
Yeah.
we've got these ones so far. For people who are listening, you're probably going to want to.
All right,
Go to
cock and
YouTube.
balls. Let's have a look.
All right, Nosh, you want to pick something there?
Yeah, fucking will.
So there's the ones behind here, like Yeezus, Volume 2 from Jay-Z.
What is this again? It's like the better album.
It's just like tier lists for their own. Nothing's not really comparing it against each other as much as just like where does it belong in a tier list from these select artists.
Fucking hell. All right. Struggling to see a few of them. I mean,
All right, so I'll read a few out.
you
Like
would say.
Kids See Ghosts, Ye and Cuddy, Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, that. Good Kid, Mad City. Would do probably a S or a A.
An S for Good Kid, Mad City. An S.
It's quite amazing.
People would probably put that in a double S, I would say. I wouldn't,
I
but
would say, yeah. I'd say a S or a A. I'm happy to go either way, whatever you
I'm
boys
happy
say.
with an A.
I'm happy with an
A is cool.
A
Okay.
is cool. A is
A.
cool.
Okay.
S
Yeah.
if there was a majority, but I'm quite happy with the A.
Okay. I'm happy with an A. Daniel. So the only ones you can't see here, there's some couple of these weird ass Eminem ones, Jay-Z, Dynasty, CLB, American Gangster Jay-Z, Volume 2 Jay-Z, and something else that I can't really tell what it is.
What is
Which
that
King's
Eminem? What is that Eminem album at the start? What is that?
Infinite, his first one from like 96.
Oh, nice.
So I've never heard it.
I actually don't know it. Okay.
I've heard that.
Can I have, if you're reading this, it's too late.
Yes, where would you like that to go?
Can that go in A?
That's fair. Yeah.
Cool.
Good call. Good call.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Wow, look at us agreeing. Okay, how about this one? Okay. How about 808s? Is it fair? It's either A or S.
A or S, yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
Do you think that maybe it's A? Because I don't know if it's good as the ones in S.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as the one.
Yeah,
there.
A's
A's
fantastic.
fair. Wow, look at us. 3 from 3 agreeing. This is like last time.
This is amazing.
Crazy.
Wow, this is boring. Yawn. We're not even arguing. Fuck.
Yawn.
No, you're up, doggy dog.
Stillmatic.
Beautiful. I did see that before.
Orange.
Oh, orange.
To the right. He's on the bridge.
On the bridge.
In the orange jumpsuit above Jay-Z's Dynasty.
Above Dynasty. Gotcha.
Below.
Thank you. Got it. Okay, where would you like that to go?
Probably A or B.
I would say Stillmatic. It's probably a B.
Yeah.
I think a B is fair. When you look at all of these others, I don't know if it's as good as those ones.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to look at it.
Heat
Oh, it's got some classics on that.
I figured, you know.
Good choice. Good choice of project.
Sweet.
Alrighty, Daniel.
Could I take The Life of Pablo and stick The Life of Pablo in A, please?
Absolutely, you can.
A lot of repeat artists in this, which is kind of fucked, but
There's only these artists: Kendrick,
only
Nas,
three
Kanye, Jay, Eminem, and Drake.
that's it.
There's
Okay, well,
six. That's the point.
that
Sorry.
makes sense.
Yeah, that was
Excuse
the whole
me.
intention. So I probably should have reintroduced that from last time. All right, so my turn. I want to do. Where is the Nintendo? Where's Blueprint? Did we put Blueprint up there? Oh, we did already. That's why.
Yeah.
All right, how's about I do Dynasty? I would say Dynasty is probably a B.
B.
Yeah, it's some classics, but I think it's. Hold up, did I go before you, Dan? Was it supposed to be your turn?
No, I just done Life of Pablo.
Oh, okay, cool.
You
All
know
right.
she dog? No?
Who goes after? Okay, who's next?
I think me, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry, no.
Scroll down a little
Sorry.
sector, chap. So Far Gone.
Great choice.
On the left. There we go. You got it. Nicely done. That's a fucking B or A.
I think it could be an
A.
A.
I don't know. It was pretty good, man. That's
I
got
think it's
some
pretty exceptional.
fucking
pretty
heaters on
exceptional.
it.
Yeah, I think it's an A. I think that's a good call.
Okay.
Yeah, good one.
All right.
Daniel.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Okay, here we go. Finally we're going to argue.
Okay.
Honestly, Nevermind isn't a hip hop album.
No, but it's just albums from...
It's a house album.
Those
Yeah.
people.
That's fine. It's a house album.
Uh-huh.
And if we
Right
are
next to
ranking it,
Damn.
if we are ranking it within house albums, are we not saying that is an A?
In a house album, I don't know the genre enough. I think
Yeah,
it's fucking
no.
great in hindsight. I think
Probably
if we could put it in an A here and say it's just because we like it as opposed to in comparison to these
I'm not
others.
comparing. That's the thing. I'm not.
I'd probably chuck it in a B or a C stall. Probably next to Damn is where I was going to put it.
Okay, so look, why don't we middle it and we'll put like a B.
We can
B's-
put a B.
B's
I guess.
cool.
Because it's its own thing as opposed
Yeah.
to like... So it's like it's not comparing it to anything else and none of us know really
Yeah.
what's happening with House for us to be able to speak on this accurately type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my turn. All right, what am I doing? Okay, you bitch. Why don't we do... We did... Okay, late registration. Maybe we do late registration. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Nice.
Okay,
Nice.
fuck.
Nice.
Okay, fuck. I kind of think that might... It's like an A or a B, but to me, it's probably a B because I don't know. I don't think it's better than the albums in A. How do y'all feel about that? Or am I being cunt?
I think it's fair to put in a boy.
Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right.
No. Okay. Cool. Just double checking because I'm a bit worried. I was like, am I being It's one of my least favorite Kanye albums. That was always the second album.
It's okay.
Let's do another round
Ooh.
each, and then we'll wrap her up.
Let's do. Is that the Slim Shady LP? At the bottom row, next to the.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Great
So
choice,
Slim
actually.
Shady.
Good choice. Very important.
Slim Shady would probably be a S because it was,
Yeah.
pretty pivotal for cunts. It's an S or an A for me.
I want to check the songs on it again. Oh, okay, yeah, it's got actually my favorite Eminem song of all time. So yes, I'll put it in S.
I'm down for S. So that means we're saying it's better than Marshall Mathers LP.
That's
Fuck
actually
no.
we should be swapping.
That is not right, actually.
Yeah.
Should we swap them around, or should put Marshall Mathers up next
I
to?
think they can both
that?
be an A. I think they can both be an A.
I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I'm cool with A. Because there's probably a few little skips in both.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're better than the other ones we've got in S.
Sorry, Muff, mate.
Yeah. Okay, Daniel, last pick for the pod. What do you got?
Have we all listened to Drake Care Package?
Yes, but I do not recall it. Oh, that's
So
this one.
It's a bunch of unreleased
Just
songs.
do Scorpion. It was down the bottom.
But if I list the songs, you guys will probably know them.
Okay.
5 a.m. in Toronto, Trust Issues, 4 p.m. in
love that.
Calabasas, Days in the East, How About Now, Can I with Beyonce, Girls Love Beyonce,
Can I
Jodeci Freestyle.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
I was going to say S. Because
What?
I feel like it's
That's
No.
pretty bold.
It's pretty good, man.
That's
but I'd
saying-
put it's a B, I reckon.
It's not.
A-
It's definitely not
A
S.
if we're all wanking over it, but it's probably a B.
That's probably my sentiment too. Like, because that means if we put this in S, that was saying it's as good
That's
as
not-
Nothing Was the Same. That's not possible.
No, that's
That
not
is
fucking-
very
If we
true.
put it in A, it means it's saying it's as good as So Far Gone, or if you're reading this as Too Late, or
Yeah, I think
More
it's
Life.
cool.
So, in the context of our list,
Mhm.
it's probably a B,
Okay, that's fine.
which is like as high as it can go. Because you're looking at it more like these other things have got this like ceiling now. That all right, well, is it as good as them? No, then it's the next one down type shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Then okay, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? All right, what's it going? Let's fucking do. I just don't want to pick like the Drake ones that I'm not the biggest fan
Oh
of.
fuck! I just noticed there's the. That's awesome. I just saw one that that's been hidden the whole time.
You can do that next time. Okay, beautiful.
I
I'm
will.
gonna do Watch the
I will.
Throne. Watch the Throne. Do you think that's fair to put that in A or is that a B?
No.
That's an A for
I
me,
was
Daryl.
thinking more B, maybe high C, but B.
It's got some joints. It's got some
It
joints.
does. But
It's a B or an A, but I would like it to be.
Is it better than like Blueprint or
It's a B.
Marshall
No,
Mathers? I think it's B. I think it's B. If we go to like, because that's how we measure these other ones. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. It's only in context because you could look at, oh, that's an A album. But then you look at the other ones and you're like, ooh, but is it? But is it? Yeah. Okay.
Let's get sunned pretty quick.
Well, boys, that was a nice little. We'll keep chipping away at this one because this
That was
one's
chin
pretty
wag.
fun. So, great pod, boys. Great pod.
thank you.
Let's do our usual thing where we're still getting used to it, but finishing up our where to find us during the theme song. Are y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Oh shit. Oh shit.
HTF GXMING on YouTube and
Oh.
Instagram. Yeah, that is me. Done.
Hey,
At Notion Baby on Instagram and Earthang. At Notion MTV on YouTube and Instagram. NotionBeats.com. Holla at your boy.
CEEFOR everywhere, at The Movement Fam everywhere, and at Bad Habits Pod on Instagram. We'll see you fucking champions next week. Episode 155. Get that in ya.